Well, you're right, guys. Now I'm going to take this off a minute because I think that's been the way. Right. It doesn't take much to confuse me. I know a lot of you will agree. But these peas that have collapsed on the back here, you can probably only just see them. They're not what I planted. Now, last year I grew douche Provence here and I saved the seeds from them. Now, the pods that are growing, oh, let's get a couple off and bring them round to you. Here we are, all turned around. These are not podding peas. They're sugar snaps. Very nice they are as well, but they're not what I planted. I am so confused. How can... I mean, the seeds didn't come from just one plant. It came from a variety of plants, but they're all like this. So, well, long story short, I'm going to rip these out. The trouble is, as much as I'd like a few sugar snap peas, I don't want a whole bunch of them. So what I'm going to do is rip them out and I'm going to pod them. Right, turn you around again. Now it's going to be a bit awkward because everything else in the blooming volunteer potato in the way. And I've got to be careful not to rip up the what are they? Oh, the Faraday beans growing in between as well. Let's get the whole bunch out and we'll come back to you in a minute. Oh, at least I've got a bit more room to plant things now. I don't know. Like I said, guys, it doesn't take much to confuse me, but this certainly has. They're the ones, what did Ali give me? Snow peas? I can't remember which ones they were now. I'll save a few of the thinner ones, maybe. I'm not quite sure how they freeze, actually, so... Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a weed. That's a weed, that one. But they're massive, you know? They're huge. The ones I grew last year on the plot, I'll tell you what, I'll put the link up there, the name up there somewhere, but I can't remember what they were. It's a wonder, this gardening lark, isn't it? Yeah, and I grew those up the allotment, not here, so... Plenty for the compost bin anyway. Another weed. Slipping here, Steve. Oh, potato. Oh, no, tomato. I'll tell you what these are. These are volunteer Santium Sunrise. I just let them grow. There was hundreds of seedlings and I've let them grow just to see what they're going to do. And a lot of them are flowering now, so... Yeah, and that's the reason I didn't grow any sort of sugar snap type peas or Mange 2 this year, because I don't want a load in any one go, and I'm not sure how they freeze. Getting there slowly, guys, but some massive ones here. I'm checking these as I do it, but I can tell when there's one on there because they're so heavy. That's light, but when it's got a pea on it, like that, it just weighs it's 4 times the weight. I'm going to do a Google search in a minute for mutated peas. We're getting there slowly. Surprised how many plants and that grow in such a small space with a veggie pod. I love the veggie pod, I really do. bit of a struggle keeping it watered during that last heat wave, even with the overhead watering. Now the thing is with the overhead watering is, number one, it's overhead watering, which I don't normally do, even though there's not many veggies in there that would suffer from overhead watering. But when the plants are as big as the lot you've just seen, closing the mesh cover to do the overhead watering squashes the plants. And yeah, so, and some of them don't recover. That's what I was getting at. Peas do. That's not that one. But the tomatoes, once they're crushed down with the lid, if you like, they didn't bounce back up again, so I had to sort of persuade them to stand up again. Spitting with rain at the moment. Another heat wave due in a couple of days' time. Well, potential heat wave. There's strict rules in there for what they call a heat wave in the UK. So many days over a certain temperature for different regions of the country. Hotter for London area and cooler for Midlands, etc. What's the other one I had? Snow peas, and they're not those either. Sure they're not. Can't be, because they're out of my own packet. I remember doing it. One thing's for sure, I will not be saving any of these peas for next year. It's a mess, isn't it, Steve-O? Oh dear me. I've just realised in the last hour or so, it must have rained a bit when I was indoors. I didn't notice. And I'm sat here on a wet stool and my shorts are soaked through. I thought I had an accident at one point. No, yeah, they do not feel like peas that you eat in a pod. I wonder if that hot weather's done something to them, you know? I'm going to have to, like I say, I'm going to have to Google it. They're certainly juicy enough. And I'll tell you what as well, that having said that, they're easier to pod than normal peas, but I've just come across a weirdly awkward one. So, yeah, a lot easier. Weird, isn't it? I'll tell you what, I'll finish these off and come back to you. Wow, that has totally flummoxed me. The pods have had one up to 8 peas in, and well, that's what I got. And they're very, very tasty. Very, very tasty. And some of the pods are so juicy. Honestly, I can't remember. No, they were out of my own packet, a little brown packet, Douce Provence 2024/2025 on them. Whatever, guys. Anyway, I'm just going to rinse them off, pat them dry and freeze them. I'm not going to blanch them because that's enough for, well, one meal. Well, on the bonus side, got a few missing there. Got a bit more space in the veggie pod now. Catch you in a bit. All right, guys, just popped up the plot, as you can see. I got to lift some spuds. Now, if they're the potatoes I think they are, I'm a bit disappointed. I think they're Kondor, and they've gone over, which is very, very early, isn't it? 1st of July. But I'll check when I get home. I'll check. I'm not quite sure. And in their place, in the frame, in the bed, I got some Falco and Mariam Swede to go in. And a tractor, big tractor. Yeah, it is a big tractor. I got a cucumber melon to put in the on the TP. Only got. I bought a load of seeds for the club members, and I got short supplied, so each member only got 3 seeds, including me. And I was so chuffed that all 3 germinated, and then the bloody rats ate 2 of them. And this one itself was cut right down, but it's come back again. You can't see it, but the seed leaves have been totally eaten away. So that's going to go on the TP in a minute. So I think the best thing to do is to set you up and have a look, eh? Got to decide where to put it in the TP. It's full up. I think I'll put it by the... No, yeah, I will see. Now, if you've ever grown or you've ever heard me talk about cucumber melons, never give them their own space. They're a tiny little plant. So I always grow them amongst other things. And what I'm going to do with this one, obviously, is grow this one here. Give that a watering in a minute. And that can ramble up the same cane eventually. So that's job 1 done. Give it a watering in a minute. Okay, here's the spuds I was on about. See that? Oh, let's get these nasturtiums off. Be making some more salt and pesto with these. Yeah, see, they've gone over now. So not. They look like Kondor. They do look like Kondor. Yeah, I'll put these over there and we'll come out, have a look at them properly in a minute. Lovely soil, compost. Old straw, whatever you want to call it, really. There's the seed there, look. Yuck. Shake off what I can. It's quite dry actually, which is surprising because they've had a good water in. Maybe that's why they've gone over, so they got too dry. Certainly not very big anyway. But they're nice looking spuds. But not much for yield, I'm afraid. Oh, centipede. Hello, centipede. We like centipedes. As the old saying goes, care for centipedes, murder millipedes. Because centipedes eat insects and millipedes eat plant life. I think that'll do, you know. I'm going to give that a good watering before I do anything else. Well, not a bad yield. I'll weigh them when I get home, but I'm not expecting much. Okay then. Not looking too bad actually. I've said that, I've only got 2 Marion. So I'm going to put those over here. I haven't got an awful lot of Swede. I mean, it's like I said the other day, to my club members, I'm not one for growing hundreds of everything, because I don't want to be eating 2 Swede a week, if you know what I mean. So, I like Swede, don't get me wrong, but I'd rather sort of spread my diet around, if you know what I mean. And I don't give too much away now because, sadly, my mother-in-law, mother-in-law passed away recently, and she used to have an awful lot of my veg. Oh, dear, a bit close together, but. Here we are. This water comes from the lake up by the garden centre itself. And oh my word, is it ripe. It stinks. It is so full of organic matter that you almost don't need to feed the soil. God bloody hell, that's awful. It is awful. Well, there we are. Sort of covered. Like I said, I'm more concerned with the pigeons, and you can tell the pigeon damage because they eat away at the edges of the leaves, look, like that. Mind you, having said that, they haven't come back to these since Ollie was put nearby. It's either Ollie or Olivia, one of the two, and the other one's keeping guard over there. They're quite good deterrents actually, but they do need moving around a bit. I'm not sure that pigeons are as clever as cats and you need to move things around, but certainly with cats, any deterrent, they get used to it after a week and you've got to move it around. So there we are then. So we got Marion over there and Falco in there. Brilliant. Got a bit more watering and that's me done here. With the runner beans are off top of the gallows now. No, I'll tell you what I did. Hang on. Let's get round the other side of it here. Now the runner beans on 2.5 legs of the gallows, they are from seeds that were sown at home in deep root trainers, and this leg and half of either this leg or the far leg are direct sown seeds in the soil here. And to tell you the truth, there's not a lot in it. I mean, maybe this very end one's a foot behind, that one's nearly at the top, that's nearly at the top, that's nearly at the top, and the ones from sown at home, they're over the top. It does make me wonder if it's worth bothering, you know, bothering at home sort of thing. Right, a bit more watering. I got to get the tomatoes in the pots over there watered, just in case I don't make it up here tomorrow. You never know. Catch you in a bit, guys. Well, there we are, just home, and I've weighed them. Just over 2 kilograms actually. A little bit of scab on some of them, which I think is a bit strange because scab is an indication of overwatering. And, well, whatever. But, seen some of these? Some of them. That's not one. Yeah, split, look. I've never seen that before. And not unless someone's been in there with a trowel or something, but I don't think it's that. And look what that is. Almost looks like, doesn't it? It looks like it's had a growth spurt and it split open. So I'll have a look if I find out. I'll let you know either way anyway. Well, there you have it, guys. I've learnt something new today. And as they say, every day in which you learn something is not a wasted day. Look after yourselves, take care, and I'll catch you on the next video.